Hi everyone, welcome back to the stress series. Today we're going to talk about anxiety, and I want to start with a message that I think quite a few of us need to hear, and that is, if you have anxiety, it doesn't mean that something is wrong with you or you're broken. And the reason why I say this is because anxiety is one of those things that is becoming very common it's a very common experience for many of us, and at the same time it is a thing that we tend to push away. Anxiety is quite an uncomfortable feeling, so it's very natural for us to say, like, I want to fix this. I don't want to keep on experiencing this. And what very often happens is that we try to remove the symptoms of our anxiety, whether that be panic attacks or insomnia or problems with food or anything like that. We go to the symptom and we try to fix it. But what I've realized is that actually anxiety does not mean you're broken. It's quite the opposite. Very often anxiety is a message that your body is trying to send you, because we are quite stubborn creatures, and very often we keep on perpetuating and acting and living in a way that is not healthy for us long term. It's not sustainable physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. But we keep on living that way because change is quite hard. And very often, unless the body comes and just says, stop, hold on right there, then we will never really make the changes that we need to make. So the truth is that anxiety is actually very often a very sane reaction to an insane world. When we are forced to live in a way that is very unnatural and that places a lot of burdens on our soul, it is natural for us to feel anxious, because our body is just trying to tell us, hold on, some changes need to be made. And the reason why we tend to focus on the surface changes that are easier to change, and I love essential oils, but we can easily just sort of put on relaxing essential oils before we sleep. And even though that is beautiful and I do that personally, we're not getting to the root of why we're feeling anxious. And what I've come to realize is that we all want to feel better, but we don't usually want to change in order to feel better, which is why we try to use superficial things that are just kind of a band-aid over the real wound underneath. Because change is hard and we resist it, and we don't want to make serious changes in our lives. But the irony is that very often those exact changes that we resist and that we're scared to make are actually the changes that bring us a lot of fulfillment and happiness in our life once we've actually made them. We just need the courage to listen to our body and say, okay, these are the changes that I need to make. And sometimes it is a little bit of a leap of faith, because change requires stepping into the unknown. But at the same time, the rise of anxiety has also led to a rise in people offering services that can help you manage that situation. People who have gone within themselves and faced their own anxieties can really help you to find your own way through, whether that's a friend or whether it's a therapist or whether it's a place like Sanya. We need to seek out those people who can be the bridge between us and the unknown and help us navigate this path. The main message I wanted to give really today is that you are not broken, and you are not crazy, and you are not sick if you feel anxiety. And very often even things like stomach issues breathing and so on can all be coming from our anxiety, and we think it's much deeper physical issues, but a lot of these are psychosomatic problems that are rooted really in our mental and emotional state. So I hope that this comment, this phrase, you are not mad. Anxiety can often be a sane reaction to an insane world. I hope this phrase will help you, and I just want to encourage you to seek the tools, because the truth is that on the other side of the go within journey is a lot of happiness and a lot of fulfillment, and it is much easier than we think it is. So if you are suffering from anxiety, then just ask yourself and try to be really real and honest with yourself. What are the choices that you're making that your body is trying to tell you are not the best choices for your long-term health and well-being? And as always at Sanya, we are here. This is what we love to do: help people find deeper levels of wellness, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally, and even spiritually, because that is really the power behind our transformation. Comes from our mind and our emotions and our soul. So Thank you for listening to the stress series. I hope you find it useful, and please share if you know someone who could benefit from this message. Thank you so much.